Here's a magic trick both parties know. Take the exact same power, the presidential pen, and make half the country cheer it, and the other half call it tyranny. Then, a few years later, swap which half does which. Same pen, same power, opposite outrage. Today, we're not putting left against right. We're putting each party against itself. This is split screen. First, the part nobody can argue with, the receipts. An executive order is a directive a president signs without Congress. And here's the number that ruins everyone's argument. George W. Bush, a Republican, signed 291. Barack Obama, a Democrat, 277. Trump's first term, 220. Biden, 162. Trump's second term, over 260 already, including 225 in a single year. Every modern president leans on the pen, hard. So when someone tells you executive orders are a threat to democracy, ask them which president they're talking about. Because the number was never the scandal. The scandal is who's allowed to be outraged about it. Start with the Democrats. In 2008, candidate Barack Obama campaigned against George W. Bush's expansive use of presidential power, promising to restore Congress's role. Then, in January 2014, President Obama, facing a Congress that wouldn't move, said this: "I've got a pen and I've got a phone," and made clear he'd act alone where he could. The same tool he'd warned about, now his favorite instrument. And Joe Biden? In October 2020, he warned that there are things you can't do by executive order unless you're a dictator. A caution about leaning too hard on the pen. Then, in his first days as president, he signed over 20 of them. Now, to be fair, that's not a contradiction in the law. Presidents are allowed to change their approach in office. But the rhetoric? The rhetoric flipped the second the pen changed hands. Now the Republicans, and the mirror is almost perfect. In 2014, Republicans blasted Obama's pen and phone as lawless. They called it an imperial presidency, executive overreach, a king acting without Congress. Strong words. Then 2025 arrived. President Trump signed executive orders at a pace no modern president had matched, 225 in a single year. And the very same voices that called the pen tyranny under Obama now called it bold, decisive leadership. And it's not new for Trump either. Back in 2012, as a private citizen, he criticized Obama for governing by executive order instead of working with Congress, then went on to sign more than anyone. The pen didn't change, the party holding it did, and so did every opinion attached to it. Here's the tell: the exact same act, wearing opposite words, depending on who's in charge. When your side does it, decisive action. When their side does it, executive overreach. Your side, a pen and a phone. Their side, ruling like a dictator. Your side, keeping promises. Their side, bypassing Congress. Your side, leadership. Their side, tyranny. Notice that not one of these describes what the order actually does. They only describe whose team signed it. The pen is neutral. The outrage is for rent. And here's what neither side wants to sit with. Executive orders are legal, fully constitutional, but they're also weak. The next president can erase them with the same pen on day one, which means the bold leadership your side cheers today gets deleted the moment the other side wins, and then they call their deletion leadership too. It's not a story about a dangerous tool. It's a story about a borrowed one. Both parties know the pen isn't tyranny. They just need you to believe it is, but only when the other guy is holding it. So, executive orders, tyranny, or tools? The honest answer is they're just tools. The tyranny is optional, added by whichever side happens to be losing that year. We're not telling you to like executive orders or hate them. We're telling you to notice when your own side suddenly changes its mind the day it wins. That flip, that's the thing worth watching. This is Split Screen. Same power, two realities. See you at the next one.